And we are totally live. We are completely live. We are absolutely live. We are very, very live. Very, very, very. Wait, wait. I have to set up each time. I have to set up everything. Go, say something. Yeah, it works. It works. It works. Now you can talk without issue. Because it works. YouTube is live. Twitch is live. Even Kick is live. From the game, I was kicked out. I'm back. You want a helmet? I've got the face of horror. I don't work dusk deep or I give you three you choose, okay? Make room for 3. Make room, you take all 3 and then give 2 back. Okay. Ready?
Overburdened.
Oh? Oh? We are what? Okay. Let's begin the game. What? Oh, come. Come. I'm wondering about the design of this place. It's a stone with fire and what else? Little stones. It's like a child play. This waypoint looks childish. It's funny. Come, let's play. Come. We're going to the last waypoint. Oh, you come to the portal. Yes, yes, yes. That's precisely right. That's correct. We are twitching, kicking, and tubing. No? Go to Arcan Sanctuary. We do this first. What? I was kicked out, remember?
I need mana.
You need mana. Why am I not surprised?
I need mana.
Nobody dies. I have this feeling
I need mana.
nobody dies.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
We have the same henchman now? Your volume is very low. What is it? Ah, like last time. Same as last time.
Not enough mana.
How did you get that? Nothing, just playing on my own. It's all blue stuff, you don't need blue stuff. got very good shoes. 40% faster run walk. Okay, I'm waiting here. Choose. Choose.
I can't carry anymore.
The Rio.
I need mana. I am overburdened.
Now, I'm not sure which henchman is lagging behind. Yeah. Got so many beautiful things. Look at these two. Look at them.
I need a key.
I need a key. Where is the... I go to town, I can't help it. My god, I don't have a key.
It is an honor to serve you.
I think I exaggerated with these bottles. Got too many pink bottles. Got keys.
Greetings.
Who's selling the keys?
Hello.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. Now we can open the chest. I'm waiting for you. Open the chesty chest. Come on. Kind of hurt. Oh, whoa, whoa. Unkillable, undestroyable. You have no damage. Are you still in the game? Told you. Immune to physical. Give it hammers. Show them your hammer. We chose all the wrong directions. All of them. All the wrong directions. I can't hear anything.
If you don't feel lucky, just play the lottery.
What's this? What a cute shrine. What a beautiful design. Looks, you extinguished it. You need to speak louder.
Not enough mana.
This map is ginormous. Where do you go? Oh no, we're going back. Still wrong way? Wrong way. I guess it's the wrong way.
Not enough mana.
Where the hell is he? I'm bored with this map. It takes forever. Dude, we haven't found him yet. We've been here already.
Find the
Yeah. Well, we can go south, west, or north. No, southeast or northwest. Which one?
you don't do the proper direction.
Not all the way. We turned back for some reason. Well, you go the other way. The opposite way. We didn't finish this way and this way. So you go that way and I go this way. I don't think so. I found him! Come. Come, come.
There we the second time.
We didn't go all the way.
What is hurting?
Are you going? I don't know. Don't return. Read the book.
Hello.
Very difficult quest. Where you going? Look at you, Geora. It's beautiful. Yes, I love it. It's delightful. Yes. What are you doing here?
There's no trouble a mug can't cure.
What are you doing here?
Greetings.
Why do you follow?
I like your aura.
Ah, deep.
Gambaru. Oh, this is so expensive. Oh, wow. Everything's so expensive. I wonder what could I gamble. I've got everything well suited. I'm well suited. I'm well dressed. Got the best gear ever. Whatever can this one offer me? It's so expensive. Everything costs so much. Oh, which one?
Take the stuff into the Talra Chateau.
The last one, you mean? Take the stuff, honey. Did you take the stuff, honey? Honey, take the stuff. Do you take the stuff, honey?
But I think
It's the last quest. I think it's enough for tonight. If you want to, I don't know, be creative in some way. Develop the story some more. We can switch to the second part of the program if you want. You want? Okay. Yes, but you have to do it in your own game, huh?
Talra Chateau. To explore.
I switched category to just chatting. Okay. What the hell am I doing here? Here's my video. There's me. There's me again. Where do you go? It just went away for some reason, and of course, your own person. Where did you go? I don't see you. Oh, it's It's Archie time.
It's something I do have to talk about. In particular, the fact that we've got Venus trine Jupiter. So Venus and Jupiter are, in theory, the two most fortunate planets. Jupiter is the greater benefic. Venus is the lesser benefic. You put them together in a trine aspect, and you would have expected, at least in theory, some great results. And this is really something we need to think about. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be looking in general at the grand trine involving Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn. But in particular, I do want to look at the Venus-Jupiter trine. But first of all, I want to consider the astrology and the I Ching for today, which is Wednesday, November the 26th, 2025. And here is the chart for today, 7 noon, New York time. Don't forget to like and subscribe if appropriate. So as far as this chart is concerned, Moon is right in the middle of Aquarius. So all of us have got a Moon in Aquarius day. Moon day Pisces. It's all about Moon in Aquarius. The Moon is an air sign. It's a sign that's often connected with ideas, but not just any idea. Very independent idea in Aquarius. People like to do things their way. And once they decide that something is right, they want to think things out in a particular way, then they're just going to want to carry on with it. So with that Moon in Aquarius, don't be surprised if there is a fair amount of stubbornness flying around. And additionally, we have got the Moon making a sextile to Mars. Moon sextile Mars is a pretty good aspect, and it allows us to get on with it, to proceed with our agenda, and we can be dynamic. Though interestingly, Mars is making a conjunction to true black moon Lilith. So Moon making a sextile to both Mars and true black moon Lilith, it could be that we can harness our power. The power of Mars conjunct true black moon Lilith is not necessarily totally dramatic. It's not necessarily about explosions. It could be about the secret power. And I wouldn't say that if it wasn't for the fact that true black moon Lilith is involved. And there could be something quite unconscious about the way Mars is working. So someone might demand attention, and it might all be very straightforward, but you always have to think about motive, because in the shadows that is lurking black moon Lilith, and black moon Lilith can prompt and whisper in strange ways. It represents the call of the unconscious. And aside from that, we have Venus making trines to Jupiter and Saturn. So Venus in Scorpio is trine Jupiter, trine Saturn. Effectively, there is a grand trine in water signs. Venus is on the Jupiter-Saturn midpoint. And so something is moving, something is coming together, and the question is, how do we align ourselves to all of this? Is this combination mystic or is it personal? Do we focus on Venus trine Jupiter or do we focus on Venus trine Saturn? I think that Venus trine Saturn is sort of more down to earth, obviously, from Venus trine Jupiter, and maybe the role of Saturn is to discipline Venus trine Jupiter, because Venus trine Jupiter, it's a great aspect. It's it's generous, it's friendly, it can be warm, and sometimes it can get out of hand. And maybe that's Saturn's role, to make sure that it doesn't get out of hand. But overall, I'd probably see this grand trine involving Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn as being quite favourable. Maybe we can bring something together, something that might be chaotic, that might not necessarily be going anywhere unless we make a real effort to control it. So that might be how this grand trine in water signs works. So that's the picture for New York. If we set the chart for Sydney and other for today, particular relationships, and then there is the heliocentric view. Well, that is the geocentric view, but let's just switch to the heliocentric one. So here's the heliocentric chart for today. So as far as what's happening, just a reminder, Saturn and Neptune are getting closer and closer to one another. Saturn is now what, so 16, or about 25 arc minutes from Neptune. So, we're feeling the uncertainty. I mean, all of us are feeling that uncertainty, that things can't, entirely be taken for granted. And, things could go wrong, but we mustn't allow our fears to distract us. I think that, the fears that the Saturn-Neptune conjunction might describe, they may feel very real, but are they real? I think in most cases, probably not. And we've been talking about trines, and Mercury is starting to make a trine to Venus. It's also starting to make a conjunction to Jupiter. So there you can see Mercury is now 8 degrees from a conjunction to Jupiter, and it's just 3 degrees from a trine to Venus. It's kind of interesting in a heliocentric chart. You cannot get a Mercury trine Venus in a geocentric chart. Just can't be done. But in a heliocentric chart, you certainly can get Mercury trine Venus, and this aspect can very much facilitate communication. And it's further helped by the fact that Jupiter is kind of involved. Venus and Mercury are both applying to aspects of Jupiter, so there could be an overall sense of optimism, and there are always ways of talking and communicating and getting on with people. So that's pretty much it with the heliocentric view. Mars is making a trine to Chiron. So Mars is at 23:47 Sagittarius. That's what, 1.5 degrees off a trine to Chiron. So with Mars trine Chiron, some of us may feel we want to do things differently. The old ways may just feel a bit tired. What we don't like is people being too concerned about agreement. Agreement can be a problem. If everyone's agreeing with each other, it really is boring. And sometimes it can be a good idea to just stir things up, to look at the differences between people. And yeah, an argument can be useful, though you don't want to take that too far. But just remember that Mars is trying Chiron. Chiron is the maverick. Chiron likes to do things differently, and Mars wants to assert itself in such a way that it really gets noticed. Now, this is a heliocentric trine, so maybe you don't have to be influenced by it, but if you want to be influenced, you just open your heart to the cosmos, then you might see that you have an opportunity to do something which is very different, which is a real representative of your fundamental originality.
Okay, now let's see what does it say about me. And I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra.
Libra, I have been talking about grand trines, quite a lot recently. This is the situation when we've got three planets in the same element, usually in the same element, and they are trining each other. And we certainly have a grand trine today. We've got Venus in Scorpio, trine Jupiter in Cancer, trine Saturn in Pisces. Now, this grand trine certainly has an effect on you because Libra, Venus is your ruling planet. So you've got Venus trine Jupiter, Venus trine Saturn. And it could well be argued that Venus trine Jupiter is one of the best aspects in the book.
Yeah! Best
Venus
aspects in
Venus
the book.
Jupiter, fortunate planet. You could say that the trine is a fortunate aspect. And so Libra, there could well be opportunities to create change and to act on the basis of maybe good emotional information. I mean, what is good emotional information? Sometimes things have to be backed up by your own feelings. Feelings matter. Now, with Venus trine Jupiter, certainly, that emotionally you're pretty well balanced, and that trine with Saturn, on the surface it might not sound great. Saturn, difficult planet, rather serious and wanting to be in control. But yeah, Saturn can provide some discipline, and sometimes Libra, you need discipline. Things need to be put under control. I think that this Venus trine Saturn, this Venus Jupiter Saturn, grand trine, should just really help you, understand what is happening, and also just understand where discipline might be required. Now, this grand trine, from a Libran perspective, could be quite material. Now, that might sound strange because there are no planets in Earth signs except for Uranus. Well, you could count that as a planet in an Earth sign, but Uranus is a transpersonal planet. It's not it's not a social planet. It's not a personal planet. So I mean, I think you could say that Uranus is pretty marginal, and so with no planets in Earth signs aside from Uranus, there is a danger, Libra, that you could find that you just are ungrounded, that you're floating free, and that's not really how you want it to be. But the grand trine with Jupiter trine Saturn, Jupiter trine Venus trine Saturn. Well, the Jupiter trine Venus, that's a great aspect. Jupiter really elevates you, and make you lucky, and really help you to make the most of things. But then you've got Saturn, and Saturn is not the same as Earth. I must make that clear. It doesn't necessarily compensate for the fact there aren't any personal planets in Earth signs, but on the other hand, Saturn can provide some control and some discipline, and maybe at some level, Libra, that is really what you are looking for. But I'm not saying that it's going to be a boring day. I mean, after all, the moon is in Aquarius. Moon is in an air sign, and it's making a sextile to Mars. So moon sextile Mars, does mean that you are able to communicate fairly freely, and also you have a good understanding of your own interests, particularly relating to your work, career, if that's appropriate. You want to move forward, with your ambitions, and I think you very much can. And you might not have to do everything alone because the moon is making a sextile to Mars. Moon sextile Mars, I think that's a great aspect, and it's a very constructive aspect. And it could be that your communications with another person, or perhaps you have a conversation with them, can really be very useful. and it might at some level help you to form some kind of alliance. Because, Libra, you don't have to do everything on your own, and and being a Libra, you don't really want to do things on your own. You want to get some support. And I think that over the course of the day, if you look hard enough, you can really start to see that support, is available, and with this support, you can perhaps start to realize the full potential of this grand trine in water signs, which does involve Venus, your ruler, and Venus is making trine to Jupiter. Jupiter's lucky, so don't let the opportunities slip by.
What is it, honey?
Very lucky Jupiter.
So, I'm being told that I don't have to do everything on my own. Support is available. Do you want to hear about the Pisces? The fish? You want the fish? Okay, fish now.
Pisces. More stuff in water signs. It doesn't really stop, does it? Still, we've got Mercury and Venus in Scorpio. We've got Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Pisces. So if we look at those, planets from a traditional perspective, that means there are 4 out of 7 traditional planets are in water signs, and from a Piscean perspective, I would have said that is good news. It does mean that things are moving, things are unfolding, at a good pace, and you do have your finger on the emotional pulse. So you're not going to be neglected. Things aren't going to pass you by. You just understand, and on an emotional level, there's a lot of clarity. At least there should be clarity, and the reason for that is to do with Saturn. I mean, we've got this grand trine in water signs, but the key thing is that Saturn is involved in the grand trine, and Saturn, is in Pisces, and it's able to create a certain amount of discipline. So that says something about what you're trying to do and what you're
Hey.
and a serious approach can be effective.
Hello,
You
Soy.
don't have to be too serious, and in particular, it's important not to try too hard. So if you're trying to create something, you're trying to create wonderful effects, be natural about it. Because if you push something too
Watching
hard,
TV.
break, or it could get out of control. You can get
And I kill bugs.
You think you're doing something simple and straightforward, you create a chain reaction, and you just don't know where it's all going to lead. So keep it simple, and don't employ more resources than is absolutely necessary. And I'm thinking particularly of resources of emotion and energy. And you can be effective across the board in many different areas. We have at the moment a rather interesting conjunction between Mars and true black moon Lilith. So Mars, true black moon Lilith, as a pair, well, it's energetic. It's something you want. There's something you're pursuing. But the question is, what is motivating you? And true black moon Lilith, you might think, is some sort of darker force, might even seem unpleasant, but maybe that's not what true black moon Lilith is about. True black moon Lilith is things that are building up in the unconscious, perhaps relating to the past, and at some level they are motivating you. And if you're able to put your energy into the achievement of something, it's not just about the present, it's about the force of the past and the force of your emotions, and together they are really making things happen, and things can really click together. And while you're doing it, you don't have to be open necessarily about what you want,
I
what your
found the
aims are.
tall
You've certainly got aims. You are ambitious, particularly now with the sun and
Oh, my day was Just watching videos. Kill Tony videos, mostly. What else? I tried to get a book, but it was too slow. Still waiting. I'm reading books like audiobooks. It takes me 2 or 3 days for a book, and I'm very happy with this kind of progress. How are you, Darius?
Calendar for 2026.
Calendar. Why are people still printing that? Just for the photos?
For
The numbers. You need physical numbers. Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I'm listening because I will have to say I'm listening to a book. So I think reading, yeah, you're correct. It's listening to a book. I'm not familiar with saying that. In my head, it's reading, but technically, it's not. Let's finish the Pisces, and maybe you want your lion then. Darius is interested in Pisces.
Doing things in a roundabout way may not be such a bad idea. So, you don't have to necessarily announce your presence. You just go for it and, insist that everyone takes you seriously, insist that everyone notices you. I don't think that would be a good idea. There's always an advantage in sort of not being noticed. Might be good for your ego being noticed, but if you're looking for results, Pisces, then yeah, it may be better if you just do things in a more sort of subtle and slow way. But it can't be denied, Pisces, that right now you do have a lot of energy. You're really sparking. It's all happening, and once you decide you want something, you give it everything. Well, can you really be stopped? I don't think you can be. I think
I'm Libra.
in some respects, Pisces, you're one of the most powerful of the 12 signs today, perhaps even the most.
Oh.
And that perhaps is a
Okay.
grand trine in water. So it really is helping. Jupiter is tied up with this grand trine, and so Saturn, and so you have the power of knowing what's important and being able to bring to bear the right level of control. And those are my forecasts for the 12 signs.
Darius, you understand? Do you understand, Darius? Do you get the message? You don't need to stand out, and you have your very powerful strength. You're very cool, but you don't need to show off.
I don't need to do stand up.
For tomorrow, just minimum energy usage. You can stay in the background, just like now. Sit down, comedy. So, do you want the lion? Do you want to hear what this guy has to say about lions? What great achievements await you tomorrow? Yes, please. Okay. Let's go to lion.
Seem to be in quite a friendly mood. You are thinking about other people, what their role is in your life, and the moon is currently in Aquarius. Of course, Aquarius is your opposite sign. So when you've got Moon in Aquarius, that does mean you've got to pay some attention to what other people.
I will give you direct sound. It was coming out of my microphone. Where are you? Muting myself.
Are doing. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to completely do things everyone's way. It's just instead about just recognizing some of the pressures on you. And there may be moments during the day when you just don't have quite as much power as you'd expected. But, you shouldn't worry about it. I think that this is, by and large, a fairly temporary situation. And as far as your ambitions and your career, I don't know what you're doing today, Wednesday, but if you do focus on work and career, I think that you can really make some really good progress. I think that, you are being at the moment, quite focused on what matters. Maybe you're not sharing that focus, but it's still there. And with this focus sort of developing, over the course of the day, I think that people will notice it, and there'll be something about you, Leo, that in its own way is quite sort of charismatic, and it's perhaps about being able to meet people halfway. You're able to compromise up to a point. You're able to move the center of operations, perhaps, close enough to another person's view that they feel that they can sort of bridge the gap. And so if you want to get on with people, then I think you very much can. It really shouldn't be a problem. Now, if you are of a sort of insular nature, you value your own space and time, well, the picture might be a bit different. I think that with this Venus trine Jupiter, which I've just said it's a good aspect, but it might indicate that there are things you can do on your own, perhaps in your own home, in your own familiar space, somewhere you feel really comfortable, but you can do things which really are important, that can set you up very nicely in terms of the future. I mean, if you have a chance to work at home, for example, if you are working, then I think you're going to be more effective at home than if you have to go, I don't know, miles and miles, go into work, sort of wade your way through a traffic jam, whatever you have to do to get to work. If you have to do that, then that would very much blunt your impact. And I think as far as possible, if you can just be somewhere where you just feel good about yourself, where you feel secure, where there are no surprises, well, no surprises perhaps in terms of a work, but there could be other surprises. The surprise perhaps of your unconscious mind, just seeing something, seeing how things can develop. And I think that could, it's in its own way, be quite exciting. Virgo.
Okay, there's that. You should be at home. To all lions out there, maybe you should do something where you feel comfy. 'Cause you're feeling social. Arigato. What do I say? What do you say? You're welcome. How do you say you're welcome in Japanese? Let's research. Do itashimashite. Darius. Doi taşımıştı. I'm typing it here.
Oh, estoy en la hora.
No, tomorrow. I don't snore, do I? I'm a little snowflake. You snore. You're the snorer. Little puffs. I may make little puffs. Like. But that's just, that's not snoring, that's,
Like a little piggy.
yes, that's fine. That's not problematic. I'm always snowflake. I melt. Well, guys, what's going on? What should we do next? I honestly, my bottom is in pain. I need to find other positions for my bottom. There isn't much to talk about when I'm not comfortable. How about you two? So Darius has some weapon for you, right? Your weapon, Darius, Lord Darius, Darius, Lord Darius, Darius.
Another day.
Yeah,
Another night.
we will retire for the night. Retire. Good night, everyone. And thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for attending. And see you tomorrow, same time. Yeah, that's it. Bye-bye. Wave, Lord Darius. It's okay. It's okay. Never mind. Never mind. Don't worry about it. I'm always here. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.